Hey everyone, welcome to Cover Creations. My name is Gareth and this is my little corner of the internet playing with my food. So welcome back to Lamb Week. You know, we're doing this again. So I really hope you're enjoying these, or they're just giving you some ideas really. It's not like, I don't think anyone out there is going to be mad enough to follow the entire thing. But if you do, awesome. Please let me know. That would be great. So today we're going to do something really kind of simple. We're going back to Italy for this one. And we're doing a lamb with a blue cheese pesto pasta, which is gorgeous together. You know, that blue cheese with that lamb is just a match made in heaven. So we're going to crack on and we're going to start making the pesto. Nice and easy, make the sauce first and you don't have to worry later. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab some basil. So you want leaves of about 30 grams worth, you know, a small kind of supermarket pack of basil. We just whack those in there. And then strangely, we're going to want some blue cheese. So you're going to want 100 grams of blue cheese and you can use pretty much any for this. I'm using Stilton because I live in the UK. Stilton's from the UK. I really like it, but you could keep this very Italian, you know, using like a gorgonzola or something like that. It'll work really, really well. So either way, you're going to want about 100 grams of blue cheese. And then you're just going to break that up in there. Now we're just going to add in some liquid. So we're going to add garlic oil. Now you can just use olive oil and then chop maybe sort of 2 bits of garlic in there. I just love this stuff because it is already infused in the oil. It really helps kind of spread that garlic flavour throughout. So we're going to put 2 tablespoons of garlic oil in there, like so. And then 2 tablespoons of normal olive oil, or normal extra virgin olive oil. Always use extra virgin when you're making a sauce or something like that because you're not going to cook it. And you'll just get better flavour anyway. So we'll stick 2 in those in there. And then that is as simple as it is. All we've got to do now is blitz that up. Time to cover your ears. There we go, all done. Just give that a quick little taste. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can just tell it's going to work. So we're just going to put in a little pinch of salt, just for a bit of seasoning. Needs just a touch. Normally when you're doing a pesto, you'll use Parmesan and things like that, which carry with them a lot of saltiness. The kind of creaminess of the blue cheese doesn't so much. Okay, so that's perfect. That can just sit there ready to be used. Bear in mind, that's actually going to make probably enough for 2 meals. Okay, so you can make it half, but what's the point? What I love about this, just when you're done, half of it into your food, half of it in a little jar, cover with olive oil, whack it in the fridge. You've got it again next week, and you will love this one. So, yeah, who doesn't like the leftovers of leftovers, eh? Right, so now that's there. One little thing to prep, an onion. So you're going to want some onion in with your lamb because that sweetness is really going to counter the blue cheese and you're going to get a really nice kind of just mix of flavours. So you're going to need half a medium onion, not a huge amount. And then we're just going to chop this down so that we've got roughly kind of, say, centimetre dice. Yeah. So you've got a decent bit in your mouth but not huge lumps, so that spread out better. There we go. Now that onion's done, we're all ready to head straight over to the hob, start cooking it up. So very simple over here. All I've got, pan, boiling salted water. I've put 140 grams of dried pasta in there. Any type of pasta you like. I'm using the little farfalle ones, like little bow ties, just because I think they're quite cute. But we'll cook it like that, and we'll cook it for as long as it's right for us. So don't worry about this whole, oh, cook it till it's al dente, cook it till it's this. Cook it until you want to eat it. That's how I've always done my pasta, and that is how I will always do my pasta. There's no way I'm taking someone else's view And then sitting there, as I have done, I went to Rome once, and wow, I stupidly went to one of the kind of really central restaurants, and I ended up with pasta that wasn't al dente, that was uncooked. But I'm just going to cook this until I like it. And the good thing about this is we've made the sauce. The lamb is already cooked. We're just going to fry the onions a little bit. So there's very little to do. So there's no rush. So leave that there. Probably take me about 15 minutes. And I'll see you in a bit. Brilliant. So pasta's out, drained. We're just going to keep that slightly warm while we prep everything else. And while the pasta was doing, all I did, half off some of my pesto, just put a little layer of olive oil over the top, just helps stop any kind of bugs getting into it. And now we can just finish it off. So you need yourself a little bit of normal olive oil, probably about a tablespoon. Yeah, about that. In there. And then grab your onions. Turn it on first, that would help, wouldn't it? And then just pop them in. And we're going to fry those until they're kind of just sort of browning. And then you get that slight caramelization. And not just the caramelization, but you get a slightly more bitter kind of note to it. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like bitter and sweet together. And that really matches well with everything else we're putting into this. So we'll crack on with that. Just leave them kind of stirring them around every now and again, just until, like I say, starting to brown. Okay, so those onions are just where I want them now, just starting to brown up. So now your lamb. So you're going to use about 150 grams of the lamb and just shred it up a bit. So again, you've got little lovely mouthfuls. Just going to give that a stir and warm that lamb through. Okay, and once that's warmed through, we just add the pasta straight in. If it comes out. There we go. And for me, this is the one thing I always want to do, which is add the pasta to the pan. Just, you could cook the sauce, do it all, put it straight into the pasta, but there's so much flavour stuck to the bottom of that pan, those onions that are brown, some bits of meat, and that pasta will just pick that up. And you're just, if you throw it the other way, you're just wasting flavour. Give that a mix around. And then, time to add the pesto. And you can add all sorts of things to this. So you could put in mushrooms, you could put in pine nuts, stuff are really good. I'm keeping it simple today, but I'll tell you what, mushrooms and pine nuts, after this week of meat, I think I might just go with this next week with the leftover pesto and just those two things. So there we go. Get the last of that in there, don't want to waste too much. Lovely. Now stir it around. It brings this really nice, just nice looking greenness to everything. The good thing about making your own pesto as well is you'll get those little lumps of kind of basil and stuff like that. So it all looks a little bit more rustic, but it also looks better. There we go, all done, all mixed in, looking lovely, smelling amazing. So now you just turn that off and plate it up. Like I said, really simple, really easy one. I think with leftovers, you want that. You don't want everything to be this aspirational kind of crazy cooking. Sometimes you just want something quick. There we go, all done. That is my leftover lamb with blue cheese pesto pasta. Utterly, really kind of sumptuous meal. It's got such great kind of strong flavours. So I hope you give this one a go. I hope you enjoy it. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow.